we will have a lesson on Lesson 1, A Song from a Grateful Heart. Our first lesson for today is about recognizing the proper phrasing and blending of words in verb phrases. It's on page 126 of your book. So, proper phrasing, it means when you're reading by thought groups and not line by line or not word by word. So when you're reading something, you read it straight, like it's one word. Okay. For example, I'll read the verb phrases on the box with a single breath. Listen carefully. For example, this one, fill the world. Okay, when you read it in a single breath, it sounds like this, fill the world. Okay, so you're reading it straight without stopping in each without stopping after each word. Okay, another, cover the earth. So it's like this, cover the earth. Okay. Next, bless the valleys. Bless the valleys. Write a poem. Write a poem. Okay. So when you're reading, these are the proper phrasing. Okay. The ones on the main verb is dressed. That is why it's written in capital letters. And the rest of the words are blended smoothly in a string of unstressed sounds, which are written in small letters. Another example, turn it off. So the verb here is turn. That is why this will be the stressed word. So when you read it, it's turn it off. Turn it off. Okay. Next example, take a call. So the verb there is take. So that's the stressed word. So when you read it, it's take a call. Take a call. Okay. So it's one breath. You read it as in a single breath. Next lesson is about reading a psalm with feelings. It's on page 129 of your book. So when you're reading a text with the right emotions or feelings, it's giving justice to the writer's ingenuity. Interpreting a psalm requires more than just the sounding of words, but honesty and sincerity to the emotion or feeling it brings out. When the reader or listener understands the message of the text more if it was read with feelings. Okay. So for example, this text, honor and glory to you, Lord, for all your wondrous deeds. To you I sing songs of praise, for you are good, the source of all my joys. Okay, so if you were listening when I was reading the text, okay, the text has more emotion and more feelings, and I read it lively because the message of the text is about honoring and glorying the Lord. So when you're honoring and glorying the Lord, God, you honor and glory the Lord with high spirits, or you're happy. So when you're reading the text, you should show happiness in a way that your voice should be lively. Okay. Next lesson is about analyzing a poem. It's on page 130 of your book. So we're going to use the example of the poem that we the poem We Think Thee by Ralph Waldo Emerson. So the poem goes like this: For flowers that bloom about our feet, for tender grass so fresh and sweet, for the song of bird and hum of bee, for all the things fair we hear or see, Father in heaven, we thank thee. So the this where the arrow is pointing, the box. Okay, this whole thing is what we call a stanza. This one that is inside the circle, this is what we call the line. Okay, so this one is line 1. The next one, this one is line 2. This one is line 3, line 4, and line 5. Okay, so a poem has elements that will help you as a reader understand its message and as a writer compose a poem. Okay, these elements are rhyme and rhythm. So rhyme, it means harmony of words between the lines or at the end of lines. Example, in the poem We Think Thee by Ralph Waldo Emerson. So, what do you think, what words do you think rhyme each other or have the same sound? Rhyming words. Okay, we have feet and sweet right here. Feet and sweet. And we have B, C, and V. Okay, so rhyming words always, you can find it always at the end of each line of the poem or the stanza. Next, we have rhythm. So rhythm, it means the pleasant gliding or melody that the lines make when you read the poem. So if you were listening carefully a while ago when I was reading the poem, I say it um, there are the lows and highs of lows and high notes. Okay, when I was reading the line in the poem, so sometimes I was reading it very low, sometimes I was reading it very high. Okay, it's like singing but without the music. Okay, so you have to maintain the rhythm so that the poem is more interesting. If you read the poem flat without rhythm, it will sound boring or your listener will fall asleep probably. Okay, and lastly, our lesson for today, the last lesson for today is about identifying mood in poems. Okay, it's on pages 132 to 133 of your book. So mood is the emotion or atmosphere in a situation or the character's feelings in a selection. Example, on the poem that on the selection that um, we read yesterday, a song of praise. Okay, let me read the one on the box. Praise and thanks to you, O Lord God, for all the wonderful things you have done. Okay, so what mood does the line express? What do you think? What kind of mood does this line express? Okay, so it expresses gratefulness and contentment. What helps us identify these mood or gratefulness and contentment? Okay, because of the word phrase, thanks, and wonderful things. Okay, gratefulness, it means um, you are thankful, you are grateful. So that gives the word thanks gives that clue. And contentment, it means that um, you don't want nothing more, or you are satisfied of what is given or shared to you. Okay, so these word phrases, thanks and wonderful, things suggest the mood of the poem, which is gratefulness and contentment. Another example from Buttercups and Daisies by Mary Howard. Welcome, yellow buttercups, welcome, daisies white. Ye are in my spirit visioned a delight. Coming ere the springtime of sunny hours to tell, speaking to our hearts to him who doeth all things well. Okay, so what do you think is the mood of this poem? Is it curious? Is it disappointed? Is it glad? Or is it gloomy? Okay, so the answer for this is glad. How did we know that this is the answer? Because of the words welcome, spirit, and delight. It describes the mood of being happy or being glad. Okay, so for your seat work, you will do seat work number 1 on page 131, exercise 4. Instead, with a partner, you have to do this individually. Okay, and then attach that in seat work number 1 under 2Q week 1, which is second quarter week 1. You have another seat work number 2 on pages 132 to 133, exercise 5. Take a picture and attach in seat work number 2. And then for your advanced work, it will be posted on Thursday or Friday. Okay, so you will study the vocabs, read the article, and do the art activity for next week. Okay, that is the end of our class, and I'll see you